This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell and Missy Kohler. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson. This segment of the news is brought to you by Silver State Health, bringing quality medical and psychiatric care to Pahrump. Call 775-505-1214 for an appointment.
Welcome to KPVM-TV and Ace Country Radio's News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
I'm Missy Kohler, and today is October 22nd.
Well, starting tonight at 6 p.m. is the final debate between President Donald Trump and former Vice President Joe Biden, less than 2 weeks away from the election. The event, which is scheduled to be 1.5 hours, will be televised on KPVM-TV's America's Voice Network and all other major networks. The presidential debate scheduled last week was canceled after President Trump objected to the virtual format announced by the Commission on Presidential Debates. The virtual format was put forward after Trump tested positive for coronavirus and spent 3 days hospitalized. Today, they will have an in-person debate.
Mercy Air landed on Highway 160 last night to transport a patient involved in an accident.
One person was transported via Mercy Air to a Las Vegas trauma center last night with injuries sustained as a result of a single vehicle accident on Highway 160 near Betty Avenue. Nevada Highway Patrol, Nye County Sheriff's deputies, auxiliary units, and Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue responded. A black Mustang convertible went off the road into a ditch and traffic was diverted. Mercy Air landed on the roadway directed by Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue. The accident is under investigation.
Well, earlier today, first responders were dispatched to a two-vehicle crash on Homestead Road.
One person has been transported by ground ambulance to Desert View Hospital from a two-vehicle accident on Homestead Road near Thousand Air Boulevard that happened earlier today. This accident appears to be a rear-end collision between a pickup truck and a PT Cruiser. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue, Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies, and Nye County Animal Control were on scene. Animal Control was there in the area to assist with traffic control. Both vehicles sustained major damage.
An accident at Basin Avenue and Highway 160 sent one person to Desert View Hospital.
The two-vehicle accident occurred late this afternoon, and the driver inside the truck and trailer was temporarily mechanically entrapped inside the vehicle. The person inside the blue SUV was assisted by medics. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue were on scene, and the accident is under investigation.
Well, Tuesday's Board of County Commissioners meeting heard concerns from Nye County property owners regarding hot air balloons activity over their properties. Nye County resident Robert Berman expressed his concerns.
I am one of the original complaints on the balloons. I don't have a problem with them flying at their elevation, but they have been as low as 38 feet above my house. I have lost one horse, numerous goats, 2 cows, in the amount of probably between $7,000 and $10,000. And if they fly at 500,000 feet like they're supposed to, I don't have a problem. It doesn't scare my animals. But when they're firing off their burners and they're laughing, watching animals hit the fence, I don't have a problem any other way with them flying, just not 30 feet above my house.
The commissioners have asked the district attorney to look into any ordinance that Las Vegas and Reno may have adopted to place rules on hot air balloons in order to keep the property and animals of residents safe.
What I would propose at this point is the chairman has asked us to look into it. The way I see it, there are 2 tracks here. There's one, what happens when they're on the ground, and then 2, how do we craft something so that it doesn't offend the feds but might give us some ability to deal with this sort of thing. So we will look into it, and we will update you. And I think at this point, that's probably the best way to proceed.
Don't get me wrong. I don't want some overbearing ordinance for this. I want something that tells these people to stay up in the air when you're flying over people's homes. I want you to try and land, because you can't control the things, but you can to a certain extent. But try and land in areas where there are no homes. And that's pretty simple.
District Attorney Chris Arabia will report back to the commissioners at the conclusion of his research, and the commissioners will then decide if enacting an ordinance is the best way to proceed.
Coming up after the break, we'll have the Business First Brief as well as your arrest report, so stay with us.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest-reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on.
Welcome back. AstraZeneca stock has taken a dip. Eli Lilly could be hearing from the FDA. JCPenney will exit Chapter 11. And social media company Snap posted earnings that shocked Wall Street.
Here's Angela Miles with today's Business First Brief.
Topping our news, AstraZeneca shares are under pressure. That stock has turned mostly lower during the past month. And now comes word a coronavirus vaccine volunteer has died. AstraZeneca plans to restart the trial this week. Eli Lilly could face a warning letter from the FDA. According to Bloomberg News, there are safety concerns at the plant producing a COVID-19 antibody treatment. JCPenney CEO says the retailer will exit Chapter 11 before Christmas. The department store chain is about to be purchased by mall owners. Shareholders will not get a penny. Social media company Snap posted earnings that shocked Wall Street analysts, sending that stock higher. Snap cites improvements in ad sales. And security software company McAfee returns to public trading today.
To find out where you can see us every day, go to businessfirstam.com.
Thanks so much, Angela. Well, on October 6th, the Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies received a report from the Office of Clark County Public Guardian regarding elder exploitation.
Clark County Public Guardian Office obtained a court-order guardianship for an individual on July 7th through the Clark County courts. It was reported that this individual had been living with his brother, Douglas Rojic, prior to being admitted to the hospital. The victim had suffered 2 strokes, leaving him unresponsive, unable to talk, unable to care for himself, and unable to provide for himself. After a 3rd stroke, the victim was admitted to the hospital and placed on a ventilator. After Clark County Public Guardian's Office obtained guardianship over this individual, they began to look into his finances. They obtained bank records, which showed a small balance. The balance should have been larger, as he receives over $1,000 a month from Social Security and a pension. On October 9th, an interview was conducted with Rojic. He allegedly admitted to spending his brother's money. Rojic allegedly stated that his brother wanted him to spend the money. When investigators asked Rojic if his brother verbally gave him permission to spend his money, Rojic allegedly replied that his brother gave him the look of approval. Rojic allegedly admitted that he had access through his brother's debit card, which he threw away because the account was closed and he was not listed as an authorized user on the account. After reviewing bank statements from after the victim was admitted to the hospital, Rojic was questioned regarding withdrawals and purchases. Rojic then allegedly refused to answer questions and ended the interview. Based on information obtained, Rojic was arrested for exploitation of an older or vulnerable person, first offense, and obtaining and possessing a debit card without the cardholder's consent.
The Nye County Vehicle Auction is happening this weekend. Ski Sensky gave News 25 the details.
I'm down here at the Calvetta Eye with some great news. We're finally getting ready to pull off the Nye County Town of Pahrump Vehicle Auction. You can see behind me, this is going to be kind of a small auction. We have about 65 vehicles. Out of vehicles, we have a lot of Crown Vics. We have transport vans, soccer mom vans. Up in Tonopah, we actually have a bulldozer. And we have a water truck. I think there's 7 vehicles up in Tonopah. Now, the auction, unfortunately, will be 100% online. You know, we're still trying to work through the COVID thing. We were going to try to pull off a live auction, but it's just not possible to keep everybody safe. The auction will be this Saturday, which is the 24th of October. It'll be online, and it'll start right at noon. Okay, preview will be Friday, the day before, which is the 23rd. The preview for Pahrump vehicles will be right here at the Calvetta Eye. So if you want to come down between 9 and 3, you can preview. We'll help you try to get them started and this and that. The preview for Tonopah will be Thursday from 9 till 3. The vehicles in Tonopah are at the county yard up there. And the catalog is online. It's very simple. Just go online, register, and then start bidding. What we're going to do, even though it's online only, we've added a twist to it that people seem to enjoy. So what we'll do is it's online, but we'll broadcast video from the auctioneer. It's kind of fun. If you're bidding from home or in your office, you get to actually hear the auctioneer. But anyway, it should be a good auction. There certainly is opportunity vehicles here. There's a lot of vehicles that'll probably be sold for scratch, but there's also some very, very nice vehicles. We had a van come down from the folks up in Round Mountain, and I'll tell you what, the condition that they kept that van is commendable. So, like I say, there's something for everybody. To get to the catalog, you have 2 routes to go. You can go to the website, the number 2, SEESALES.com, or you can go to our regular auction website, which is www.estateauctions411.com. But if you do have any questions, don't hesitate to call me directly, okay? My cell phone number is 775-513-9361. And now that's only pertains to questions about the vehicle auction, not my social life, if I'm available Friday or anything like that. So once again, this should be a great auction, and all the information that you'll need is published on the websites. And we'll make sure some people get some vehicles, and we can turn some of the excess equipment into cash. It goes into the county treasurer, and away we go.
More News 25 is coming up after the break.
News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on.
Well, this past Saturday, KPVM-TV and Ace Country Radio, Quality Signs and Designs teamed up with local VFW Food Bank and Pahrump Valley High School's food pantry for a food drive to make a difference in our community.
The food bank serves veterans of Pahrump, and we provide them with a bag of food on a weekly basis. We also can provide fresh fruits and vegetables depending on what type of donations we get. It is very helpful, especially with the holiday season coming up. We can supplement what we don't get in donations to help them have a good holiday dinner.
At the food drive on Saturday at Walmart, Jill explains that they are able to get a 10% discount on items when they shop at our local Smith's. We also caught up with Angela Rose, who explains the impact she's making at the Pahrump Valley High School food pantry.
We give food to our families in need. Usually they'll contact a social worker in a situation, and we will give them whatever they need. We've identified some families as well that will deliver food packages to or send home with the kids.
If you would like to help, you can stop by our local VFW post on Homestead Road every Wednesday from 10 until noon to make your donation. Food boxes are also distributed between those hours. To find out more information and when and where you can donate to the Pahrump Valley High School Food Pantry, give them a call at 775-727-7737. Thank you to KPVM-TV, Ace Country Radio, Quality Signs and Designs, Jill, Sharon, and Angela for making a difference.
Halloween is just around the corner, and it's sure to look and feel much different this year due to the pandemic. Many cities are taking precautions, but what can parents do to keep their little ghosts and goblins safe?
There are so many different kinds of costumes and Halloween masks that are available out there for kids and teenagers who want to go out trick-or-treating. So it's really difficult to state whether Halloween masks in and of themselves are protective.
Dr. Kristen England is an infectious disease specialist at Cleveland Clinic. She recommends wearing a mask that has 2 layers of cloth. She says kids probably don't want to wear a cloth mask under their Halloween mask since it could be hard to breathe. So instead, find a way to customize the cloth mask so it matches the costume. She knows the pandemic has been stressful and hopes everyone can still have fun while protecting themselves and others.
Make sure that they're able to get their little treats in a safe fashion and staying a good 6 feet apart from those folks who are in the homes. So whether that means being creative and leaving candy at the end of your sidewalk. I've seen people trying to use fun ways to try and tube it down to them. Let's be creative, but let's be safe.
If you don't feel comfortable taking your kids out for trick-or-treating on Halloween, you can always plan other activities to do at home, like carving pumpkins with your family or organizing a candy scavenger hunt.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Hi, it's John Kohler from KPVM Channel 25 News. We're standing outside the studios, and I'm thinking about Halloween because we've got something coming up on Halloween Saturday that's going to just blow your mind. It's all the best parts of Halloween. It's the kids, it's the costumes, it's the candy, it's Halloween Trunk or Treat live from Betty Loop from 5 to 8. We'll be out there. We're looking for sponsors. We're looking for folks that want to participate. You know, just come on out with your car and a trunk full of candy and socially distance ourselves. We'll have all the best parts of Halloween and none of the bad parts and none of the COVID. So there you go. That's what's going on, Trunk or Treat. If you'd like to participate, volunteer, get in on the organization, 727-9400 is the phone number, and I'm pretty sure that's the phone number, 727-9400. Hey, look at me go. I'm learning something new here. We'll tell you all about the weather and everything you can expect this coming weekend, and when we return with the weather report.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios, and wow, the bottom is dropping out. Can you believe these temperatures? Look at this, 60 degrees up in Fernley. It's as hot as it got today, and it'll get frosty cold tonight. At about 29, it gets even worse in Fallon, 61 for a high today, 27 for a low, also 27 for a low in Carson City, and they skate all the way up to a 64-degree mark today for their high out in Tonopah. 68 degrees for a high, 32 for a low, and 72 in Goldfield with 32 for a low. So right on the cusp of freezing there. Might want to watch out if you got any plants outside that can come inside and you care about. Think about it. Might be a good move. Beatty, 84 degrees for a high today, 48 for a low. In beautiful Amargosa, 87 degrees for a high today, 51 for a low tonight. In Las Vegas, 90 is as hot as it's going to get around poolside, 58 for a low this evening. And in Death Valley, probably the best week ever to be in Death Valley. Skinned all the way up to 95 degrees, didn't even hit the 100-degree mark, 64 for a low. That sounds just downright pleasant, except for here in Pahrump. Oh! I think we're the winner chicken dinner. Look at that, 83 degrees. 85 was as high as it got today, not too bad. South-southwesterly winds to 7 miles per hour. Carried in a little bit of smoke. It's kind of dry, 12% humidity. Sun rose this morning just before 7 a.m., and I smelled it and felt it. It was great. 5:58 is when it will go down tonight, and then we'll get like endless night until, tomorrow morning. It'll be great. 53 for a low tonight. Easterly winds to 5 miles per hour, and we might see some clouds towards morning, with the humidity picking up to 23%. But check this out for the weekend. Coming up Friday, Saturday, Sunday, not too bad. I mean, reasonable temperatures, but look at how much it's dropping out. And then come Monday, 56 degrees will be as hot as it gets here in Pahrump. Lows, 55, 52, 39 come Sunday. It's going to get significantly chilly, so maybe break out those sweatshirts and think about that. The winds, you'll see 11, 12, 16 miles per hour. That's just kind of average winds. There's going to be some gusts to 30, 40 miles an hour this weekend. So if you've got lawn furniture you care about, maybe put a little sandbag on it. Otherwise, plan on visiting your neighbors and getting real neighborly. Hey, man, can I get my couch back? I don't know. Think about it. That's your weather report. I'm John Kohler, and back to the desk. Good night.
Thanks so much, John. Well, we want to remind everybody about 2 events that are coming up. Tell everybody.
We have our event with Simply Divine, our promotion with them, Project COVID-19, where you have an opportunity to nominate a woman that you know that could use some uplifting. A whole new hairdo, maybe color and a cut, pedicure, manicure. Simply Divine is going to treat them Simply Divine. Just send your nomination to Deanna at KPVM-TV. KPVM25.tv. Be sure to have your nomination in by October 31st so that we can choose a winner in this fun contest.
And you just tell us why she deserves that. And we're going to hopefully continue with this wonderful Project COVID-19 contest. So hopefully you guys will get in your nominations right away. Of course, we are looking for sponsors and people who would like to participate in the Halloween event that we're having on Betty Loop. And Betty Loop is located just north of Home Depot. It's a private road that is a loop. Can you believe it? On October 31st from 5 to 8 p.m. If you would like to get involved, we are looking for residents, for businesses to come out and join the trunk or treat. And if you can't, if you want to buy candy to donate, we of course would love to have that as well. And you can email sales@qualitysignsnv.com. That's sales@qualitysignsnv.com. Or you can give us a call here at KPVM-TV at 9,400. Well, that's going to wrap up this edition of News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
I'm Missy Kohler. Thanks for being with us tonight.
Good night.